Packed grandstands at Mallala Raceway. 3 behind the top 20. Peter Dillman, the Impala Kitchens BMW. Brad Stratton and Bob Holden round out a 23-car field. A smile on the face of Bill Hamill and maybe Rob McInerney from Holden today. Commodores, the front row, ready for round 7 of the Shell Touring Car Nationals. They're off the line. Scape wins the start. John Bow stalls on the starting line, and they all move to the right to avoid contact as Glenn Seaton slots in the second spot as they head down towards the pit turn for the first time. But Mark Scape has this one in control over Glenn Seaton. Next would be Thomas Mazira, followed by Larry Perkins, and then Alan Jones and Dick Johnson going hard at it as they head down that long straight into this very, very tight right-hander.
A brilliant straight by Scafe. He absolutely nailed it. The moment the light went green, he was away. A good start by Mazira, but Scafe was truly brilliant off the line.
Scafe was very impressive in the Dash for Cash this morning. Very pleased with the consistency of the Commodore, and indeed he said to me in the interview before he did it quite easily. So this is going to be an interesting battle. If the Holdens can have the race consistency of the Falcons, we're going to have a tooth and nail battle right to the flag.
Well, we've got smoke coming out of one of these cars to the right-hand side of the track, down as they go through that stop-go corner, and one spun back there. Looks like
Longhurst.
Longhurst has rubbed a fender here by the look of things.
And Jeff Fall in trouble as well. The BMW's all over the place.
Down to the next corner. And it is tight down here, and I think it's Jimmy Richards also has smoke pouring off the back, and one of the Peter Jackson Falcons has got off there. That is Alan Jones. Very tight stuff in the opening lap of this. Alan Jones has dropped back through the pack. He's back to almost 4th or 5th last. And John Bow is back there in company with him as well. So an exciting opening lap here at Mallala for round 7.
First 9 qualifiers under 1 second. That's how tight the field was Saturday. Glenn Seaton undercutting the official GTR fastest lap by 1/10 of a second. These V8s are really honking. I mean, these guys are even amazed that these two-wheel drive V8s are faster than the GTR around here. Quite amazing.
There's the gap, first to second. Glenn Seaton gives chase at the Peter Jackson Falcon as they come along the back straight now. The gap back to Thomas Mazira, not a wide one. Then Larry Perkins, followed by Dick Johnson. That's the order. Brocky trying to make ground down on the inside of Crompton. And there's Jimmy Richards there as well.
Tough on brakes here. That's a real hairpin. It cuts back much harder than the camera is showing there. Out into the midfield. Here we have him. The approach to the S's. Onto the straight. Still Scafe. Seaton, Mazira. Larry Perkins doing well. Nice to see Larry up this time round. He's been fighting a chassis problem over the last couple of rounds, but he's very happy with his setting here today and went 4th fastest yesterday and sitting in here tight today. Dick Johnson right on his bumper bar.
And Wayne Gardner not too back behind Johnson. So the order remains unchanged as they go down the pit straight into this very tight right-hander. This is the scrap about 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. The two Telecom Mobile Net Commodores. Mazira getting away just a little there. Wayne Gardner has joined the draft as they come around to probably the fastest corner on the circuit. There goes Gardner in car number 16.
John Bow's pushing his way back through the field. He's up to 14th position after stalling on the grid. It's going to be hard work out there though. Mallala's a pretty tight circuit. A lot of stop-start traffic. Bow's going to have his work cut out for him, particularly with the speed of the new Commodores.
There's Neil Crompton, the GIO Australia Commodore, giving way to Peter Brock. Brock, an engine change yesterday after one let fly in practice, so he has started very deep in this field today.
Yes, up from 12th spot off the grid, Mike. It's a tough job for him, but he seems to be filtering his way through. The Commodores are looking good. Here's Mazira. That wing package is another race under their belts, and the Holden teams have been able to refine their suspension. That's what it's all about. The wings obviously gave them a little bit better balance than they'd had in the past. Been able to get better grip out of their tires.
Well, Thomas was complaining in qualifying yesterday with the wind chill factor out in the track. They couldn't get these Bridgestone tyres up to temperature. I know that Seaton and Jones are running a much softer compound on their Falcons. So Thomas struggling a bit for grip. He's trying to get heat into the tyres, but Larry will be enjoying the advantage this has given him.
Well, one of the tricks they were doing to qualifying, Mark, was they're putting the front tyres on the rear, going out doing a couple of laps to warm them up and get them quickly onto the front and then go out and qualify. So, honestly, the last time I was as chilly as I was here yesterday, I was in Saskatchewan.
Oh, look at Johnson. He's more than a nudge here. Larry gets very, very sideways. Johnson kept the pedal down. It looked... Wayne Gardner gets more look on the inside, and Wayne's having a good run here. This is the first time he's ever seen Mallala on a bike or in a car.
Well, that move upset Larry, because Dick's gone by him there. He's got a
There's
dose
another
of the,
little bump.
Little dose of the pouch there. Larry won't like that much.
Well, Johnson, keep in mind, only a few meetings back was up and challenging Glenn Seaton for the lead in the series. The problems he had at Eastern Creek, missing the first heat there, dropping down on the point score. He's got a lot of room to make up. There's Johnson going through, the pride of Queensland in the Shell Falcon EB.
Well, the Shell team and Ross Stone, I know they've been chasing a basic chassis imbalance all season, sort of understeering through into the corners and oversteering out. They just haven't been able to match the pace of the Peter Jackson Falcons. I'm sure Alan Drover and the boys at Shell have been working very hard to match the horsepower, but the chassis just doesn't seem to be matching the Peter Jackson cars, and that's a major problem for Dick and John.
The beauty of these regulations is that it allows them to find the problem and fix it. Larry was chasing exactly the same thing with his Castrol Commodore, had a good run at Phillip Island, and then...
Oh, Thomas! No, it was Wayne Gardner.
No, I think Larry lost it by himself.
And caught Jimmy Richards on the way out.
So Gardner gives him a tap onto the way into the corner, but failed to get away with it. Another one's cleaned him up. Look at the damaged bodywork on the 16 car. Captain Chaos, they call him. Wayne Gardner's in trouble again.
Well, that's money. These panels cost money. And not irreparable. I'm sure the mechanics will slap a fresh one on for the... Well,
dear.
Back bumper bars loose as well.
Let's have a look. There, you saw it on our replay. He tapped into the back of Larry, put him around.
Now
watch
Larry...
this. Then Wayne gets on the gas, loses it, then Jimmy Richards comes by. And he... that's really not what the boys at GM want to see, them knocking each other out.
Melee City.
Another disappointment for Wayne Gardner as the Holden Racing Team mechanics rip off the damaged bodywork.
I think they're wasting their time trying to get this one out in this heat. They'd be far better off having a serious look at it. That rear wing won't be easily replaced.
We've still got his harness on. He's not too interested in getting out of the car at the moment.
I think at this stage, for the sake of the team manager, Wayne would be better off just sitting in there and winding the window up. Bows up another couple of spots behind Alan Jones.
Very uncharacteristic start for John Bowe. He must have just got the heebie-jeebies at the last moment. The actual rules, the red light goes on, and 4 seconds, after 4 seconds, then the green light will go on.
Jim Richards' bodywork flapping everywhere, coming under fire from Alan Jones to number twos, or I guess you could say from the Peter Jackson and Winfield teams, but Jones comes firing back under brakes.
Yeah, very, very good under brakes, the Falcons, and does that very, very comfortably.
But he's run wide. Richards gets the power down. They're going to have a drag race up the back straight through the kink. Jones has got a bit of a gap.